talking about how I fell out with these girls that I did a photo shoot with. So let's get right into it because this shit is long overdue. Like I should have been told y'all this, but it's like I was trying to like be mature about it, but everybody but me was being mature about it. So bitch, I could just say what the fuck I want to say. So boom, for Halloween I did a photo shoot with these girls, which I didn't really know them too well to do a photo shoot with them. So I was just trying an experiment. Like I wanted to get to know new people. I was new to the whole content creator thing. And I'm like, fuck it. Let's do a photo shoot. We're all pretty girls. Let's collab. Let's do something for the culture. There's this girl that I was cool with. We're gonna call her Frankie because that's who she was for Halloween. We did a Monster High photo shoot. And Frankie and me, we started to get close. I met her through a mutual friend. And what I will say is, we low-key started to become emotional support friends. That's what I felt like. Like I was venting to her about personal things in my life. She was venting to me about personal things in her life, which I started to feel like I knew her on a more personal level to the point where I felt like we saw each other eye to eye at that time being. So all I know is as the time for the photo shoot started to come around, she was telling me that, you know, she has other shit going on, priorities, because she is a full-time mom and whatever else she does. And she may or may not be capable of attending the photo shoot. But within the time frame of her telling me she may or may not be able to do the photo shoot, she was still sending me Monster High TikToks. She was still sending me little stuff like, damn, this is a cute idea for, I think it was Claudine Wolfe or Draculaura. Like so in my mind, it's like you're still interested in doing the photo shoot. So I didn't mind picking up the slack of things that she needed or necessities that she needed that she didn't have because she was my friend. And for me, I'm the friend where I don't mind going the extra mile for my friends. I don't. Okay, so boom. The other girl, she was Cleo Denal. And this is also somebody I met through social media. So I didn't really know her too much, but I felt like she was pretty. I'm like, shit, you're a pretty girl. We're looking for, at first it was just gonna be me, my homegirl, Claudine Wolfe, and Draculaura and Frankie. It was just gonna be Draculaura, Frankie, Claudine Wolfe, and that was gonna be it. But I said, it might look a little bit better with more people. So there was even other people that I decided, like, shit. We was even debating on doing 6 people, 7 people, but we just tried 4 just to see how things would have went. Which honestly, it was a handful. Nobody was prepared. Everything was out of place. Cleo Denal, I texted her. She was ready instantly. And that's one thing I would not discredit her for either. She was instantly ready. She said, I'm ordering my stuff. She showed us everything that she ordered. We all ordered our stuff off of Shein. So as time starts to get closer, the girl, Frankie, she was starting to be more on the uprise of her content creator journey because she decided to pick up on content. And I didn't have the biggest issue with her, but I was starting to notice that she was copying some of my content. Oh my gosh, you're so freaked out. You're so freaked out. Oh my gosh. I was touched without consent a couple times. Oh my gosh, you're so freaked out. You're so freaked out. Oh my gosh.
I know I'm a little overly freaked out. I know. It's just because I got touched on when I was little. Somebody touched me without my consent, so. And I know.
Which I didn't really care too much because I feel like everybody should eat. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you're my friend and you want to pursue content. I don't care if you started today. Just, I was noticing that she was literally copying and pasting my content. Which was like kind of crazy to me because it's like, girl, how are you copying my content? You can't be original? And me, Cleo Denal, and Claudine Wolfe were all discussing it. We also have another friend who is also a hairstylist. We're gonna call her KK. So KK was already warning me about Frankie and telling me, be careful with Frankie. Frankie, she's an opportunist and she has main character syndrome. And I didn't want to listen to KK because I'm like, KK, I like to get to know people for myself, which I should listen to her. I knew KK for some years. Me and KK have been friends since I was 16. I'm 21 now. Me and KK have been friends. And KK be right. I don't know, KK third eye might be open. I think KK third eye open. So she be knowing when people be wrong. She's also a Pisces. So if you know, Pisces be right. Pisces be right. So, despite of what I was warned about, I still was continuing to be cool with Frankie. And I'm not the type to judge anyone's living space. I'm not the type to even do that. But I met her sister. She had already been talking to me about her sister prior, about how the sister wasn't helping out with bills, about how the sister just be laying up at her house fucking, not trying to help her out. They behind on some shit. Like, you know, like, she got shit going on, and this bitch is laying around like a motherfucking sack of potatoes, not helping with shit. And I, you know, I don't be judging. I'm the friend that don't judge. But then she also was telling me about another content creator friend that she had. We gonna call her as Dee Dee. And Dee Dee, she had me and her close friends. She was posting some of Frankie's little niggas, liking her content, liking her stuff on social media. And me being Frankie's friend, I said, hey, did you see Dee Dee's close friend post? She posted your little niggas liking her shit. Did she say anything to you about it? She said, nah, she didn't say anything to me about it. But she posted about it on social media. Which was weird to me, because if my little nigga was liking my shit, or if my little nigga was liking my friend's shit, I would want my friend to tell me that your little shit is in my likes, or, you know, like, let me know, bitch. Don't post it in your close friends. But that's all I was saying. I never said too much. She then started to tell me about how Dee Dee never pays for stuff when she's around, or she tries to like give her the short end of the stick when it comes to things, getting her makeup done for free, telling me about Dee Dee and about how Dee Dee has life good. Her baby daddy pay all of the bills. She be having her little hoes. Like, she's telling me all of Dee Dee's life story, but she's also telling me certain things about Dee Dee that's making me a little bit like, I don't know if I fuck with Dee Dee ass, but that's because of how much I fuck with Frankie. So, and this all contributes to the story. As me and Frankie starting to get closer, I like her. At least at the time I did. I liked her at the time. Frankie is starting to tell me about how KK's brother made her feel uncomfortable when he came over. Mind you, didn't tell Frankie. KK had been told me that Frankie and her brother was fucking on the low. Or whatever the fuck they do. They grown. That's their business. But KK was been telling me. But now, you know, I'm the friend where I'ma just watch and observe, and I'm not gonna say anything. So when Frankie is telling me like, yeah, me and her brother, we hung out and we were smoking and drinking, and he made me a little bit uncomfortable. She didn't say that he actually SA'd her, but she said that the brother made her feel uncomfortable and she wanted him to leave her house. This, that, and the third. This also contributes to the story. So, you know, me being me, I don't know KK's brother too well. I've seen him a few times that I've been at KK's house, but it's just like, I don't know him like that, you know? So I'm not going to say he did something that made her uncomfortable. That's not my place to do that. But I'm minding my business. She told me, don't say anything. I didn't say anything. Boom. So now the photo shoot starts to come around, and I feel like Frankie was stressed out about life, and she started taking her anger out on me that she had in life. And why would you take your anger out on your friend? So we're at the hair salon. We all had appointments booked together besides Cleo Denial. She was booked separately, or she did her own hair. Okay, cool. She was saving her money, whatever she was doing. So now, as we go to the hair appointment, Frankie has an attitude. Her energy is off, and you could visibly see it. And I feel like it's because her life was crashing. Like, she had a lot going on. So I wasn't trying to say too much, but it's also like, okay, me and Claudine Wolf been locked in since 5th grade, so she can see when somebody is mistreating me. And after she gets her hair done, not only did I give her hair so that she could get an install, she's getting her hair done and stuff, and she's complaining about every single thing as she's getting it done. Mind you, the wig was pre-plucked because I have a widow's peak, so they had to refix it for her because she doesn't have a widow's peak. I'm chocolate as fuck. She's light-skinned, so they had to maybe re-bleach or whatever they had to do, which took more time, which made her miss out on her money because she had to go and do a little things to go and make ends meet, and she had to miss out because the wig took a little bit longer than we thought it was going to take, which is not my fault. I was just trying to help. Like, damn. And basically, she was shit-talking my wig to KK, saying she don't know why I did her like that, this, that, and the third. I could have gave her something better. She knows that she would have came with a 40-inch bust-down wig. Don't worry, her birthday's coming around. But it's like, I gave you that off of the love. I gave that to you, not to be like I gave it to you, but like, because we were short on time, you weren't ready or prepared, and I was just trying to look out because you were my friend. Boom. Her best friend comes in or whatever, and I see him wearing an aloe fit. Mind you, I'm not gonna lie, I was looking at getting an aloe fit for my little whoop. So I'm just like, how much your aloe fit cost? Nigga like, oh, it costs like $380 or something like that. He said something like that. And then I had told him, okay, well, we're gonna go and get some food. As I told her we're gonna go and get some food, like I was telling KK, because she was getting her hair done by KK, and I told Everybody in the room, I'm gonna go and get some food. Mind you, her daughter was there as well. I had asked if anybody want anything. He was like, oh, you ain't gonna ask me if I want something? And I'm just like, you supposed to be getting us food. You the nigga, you supposed to be offering us food. And he said, how you know I was gonna offer you food? And I was like, shit, if you want to, you can ride out with us. And he was like, nah, I'm straight. Okay, boom. As I'm walking out the door, I hear Frankie like, that's a grown-ass man. Why the fuck is she talking to him like that? Not the fact that a grown-ass man was asking me, oh, are you going to go and get me some food? I took it as a joke. I took it as he was playing. I didn't take it as he was like on defense mode. I thought we were playing. I thought he played like that. I don't know him. This is my first time meeting your best friend. I don't know him. But why are you saying that as I'm walking out the door? Mind you, Claudine heard it too. So now Claudine like, not only was she having an attitude when we first got in there, her energy was off, but now she's saying stuff as you're walking out of the door. After she gets her hair done, I get my hair done. I'm on the phone with my big sister or whatever. As I'm talking or whatever, I think I talked to my sister before I had even got in the chair. So I was like talking, telling her about our plans. You know, I'm excited. This is my first Halloween photo shoot. I'm jittery. My birthday in 2 weeks. You know, it's Scorpio season, bitch. I'm happy. I'm telling my big sister about all of the plans or whatever. And she's like, hold on. Shh, I'm on the phone. Frankie low-key has a tendency of acting like this is her world and we're all just like living in it. Which I ain't gonna lie, bitch. I feel like it's my world. Shit. And I know Claudine feel like it's her world too. And KK feel like it's her world. And you know, like you can't treat everybody like they're supposed to stop when you say stop and the world's supposed to move when you want it to move. But that's how she is. So as I'm talking, she said, shh, hold on, I'm talking. And Claudine gives me a look. Cause she know I don't go for shit. But because my friend is in distress and she's going through so much in life, I'm trying to excuse her behavior. Boom, so now her hair is done, Claudine's hair done, my hair is done. I called my big sister and I'm showing her. She's like, ooh, I said, I had asked Frankie, like, hey, can I show her your hair? And she said, nah, I'm good. So I ended up just showing her Claudine and I showed her myself because, okay, I'm going to respect Frankie's wishes. She don't want to be in the camera. She's not feeling it. Okay, cool. So we didn't really get too much content, but the content that we did take was on Frankie's phone. We did one of those transition videos where it's like, who the fuck did your hair? And like a little run up and a...
I can't believe this nigga just fucking cheated on me.
Bitch, what you feeling like?
Girl, I don't fucking know. Like,
Damn, who the fuck did y'all hair?
Bitch!
bitch.
Hair by Candy Ho.
Bitch.
We were trying to upload the video before our photo shoot so that you guys could see the hair and stuff like that, you know. TikTok ideas, content ideas, these are literally all things. I'm not gonna take all the credit for it, but like these are things that I'm literally pulling out of my ass so that we can have content. I know content is big to her because she's an up and coming content creator. Content is big to Cleo because Cleo is trying to do her content stuff. I'm already having my own content stuff. Claudine's been doing content for years. Like, I know that we're all big on our content. So when I asked her, she said, okay, that she'll send it to me. She gets to the house. I told her that I was going to go out with KK and Claudine, and we were going to, you know, go to the club and stuff like that. And I asked her again. I asked her, hey, could you send me the content before I go, before we forget, so that Claudine could edit it before we get back from our stuff. She does not send it to me, does not send it to Claudine, and she ends up going on live. So now I'm sitting in the live. I'm sitting there for like 25 plus minutes. I'm sitting in the live and she's arguing with somebody about shit. I don't know who she was arguing with, but I'm like, okay, let me just mind my business. And then I was with Claudine that night. Claudine just joins her live, doesn't say anything because we weren't really talking about that. We were getting ready for the club. I'm doing my makeup. I'm excited about my birthday. We're talking about the photo shoot. We're excited about everything. But after that, I text Frankie again and I'm like, hey, could you send the content? So, and I think Claudine ended up texting her too. She ignores the both of us. Okay, boom. So now the day of the photo shoot, I'm panicking. I've never done body paint before. Frankie's body paint, I had to get different paints for her because I didn't know which color would exactly look good. This is my first time putting contacts in, so I'm having a hard time doing that. Everything is everywhere. I'm not gonna lie. I'm panicking. I'm rummaging through my shit. There's paint getting everywhere. I'm not gonna lie. From me, because I'm not realizing the paint is all over my hands. Like I was messy with the paint because I didn't realize how messy it was. So Frankie did advise to tell me, like, hey, last night you came in here a little bit late. You know that I was sleeping and the people in my house are sleeping. Next time, could you come in at a more reasonable time? Or, you know, you'll have to go somewhere else. And that was okay, which I didn't come into her house late anymore, because if I'm staying at your house, because mind you, I don't even live in Detroit. I fly to Detroit because I used to go to school in Michigan. So all of my friends are out there. All of my people are out there. And I fly from Detroit to Florida a lot. So when I'm in town, I'm staying with a friend, a close home girl. Content. I'm like, hey, could you send us the content? This is now like my third or fourth time asking her. Claudine asked her also. I did not tell Claudine to text her. Claudine texted her, and she's basically like, hey, I want to get the content so I can edit. Just let me know. She ignores both Claudine and me. I'm not begging for the damn content, but that just goes to show I should have recorded it off of my phone. I should have, but I didn't, because I didn't think it would be a hassle or having to beg for the damn, you know, for the content. And I honestly feel like it's because she wanted to select which ones that she wanted to do, or which ones she wanted to send back to us. She wanted to select which content she was going to send back to us. Okay, so now, day of the photo shoot, I was panicking, I was rushing, I'm rummaging through stuff. I'm trying to put everything together to make sure everything looks right. Cleo comes or whatever, and it's like instantly her and Frankie, they click, which is great because she could see that Frankie was in distress. She also told me that Frankie was crying that day, and she consoled her, which I'm very happy about that, because it seemed like I couldn't be there for Frankie, and maybe she just didn't like me, and that's okay. People don't have to like me, but I'm happy that Cleo was there for her in that time. And everybody turned up for the photo shoot. Everything was so cute. I had a great time. And all I know is after that, we go to KK's house, and KK's brother is there. Mind you, this is the same brother that she told me just made her uncomfortable the other day. The same brother that she said was damn near giving SA vibes without SAing her, but that's what she said. So I'm, you know, watching, and she goes up to him and gives him a hug. And now she's chatting, they're laughing, she's all in his face. I mind my business, because it wasn't just about, what, 2 days ago that you told me that this man came to your house and was trying to do stuff to you that made you feel uncomfortable, and then now you're at KK's house and you're in his face. The way that I move, if a man makes me feel uncomfortable, not only would I have told my friend and let my friend know, I would have also not been comfortable around the man that made me uncomfortable a few days ago. But I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not going to say something did or didn't happen. That's her business, but it's just that also caught my eye. So now I'm in the shower trying to rinse my makeup off, get all of my stuff off. And honestly, I was a little bit irritated just based off of the whole day, because I kind of felt like her energy starting to rub off on me. Like, the snarky, snappy, like she's snarky and snappy, and then Cleo's also snarky and snappy, but she wasn't really snarky and snappy with me. She was snarky and snappy with Frankie. She was snarky and snappy over there, them ways. And it was kind of weighing me down, because I had just felt a way about everything, and I feel like everything was rushed. Everything was like a lot. Like, we showed up to the photo shoot late. My body paint was melting off. It was a little bit cakey. Mine was, at least. Okay, now I gotta clean up when I get back to the house, because I left everything as it was because we were running late. So, you know, it's like, it's a lot on my mind. As I'm in the shower or whatever, Frankie is showing Cleo, KK, and Claudine the pictures that she had, little sneak peek pics that she had from the photo shoot. And then she's also showing other little content stuff that we had made throughout the day. Ding, 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 ding. I asked her, hey, like, what's up with you not sending the pictures or the little content from the day prior so that, you know, Claudine could edit it? She's like, I had a lot going on. I had asked her, so it wasn't a lot going on. We sat on the live for an hour and some change. It wasn't a lot going on then, but it's a lot going on to send the content so that she could edit it. And she was like, the people on live make me feel comfortable. You know that I'm going through a lot. Just giving me excuses of why she couldn't send the content, which sounded like bullshit. I had told her, like, no, like, you're being weird. She said, okay, well, I didn't feel like sending it. Now what? I said, well, I didn't like that. Now what?
Talk that tea.
Then she got quiet. Then she walks out of the bathroom. Because I just feel like, Then the whole night was just kind of like weird, but then she just started being back cool. Like, she just acted like nothing happened. She acted like nothing happened. She kept it cool. We were playing card games the rest of the night. I ended up going home with her that night. We slept in the same bed. We were cool. Because the way that I am, shit don't be that serious for it to be like a big thing. You know what I'm saying? It don't be that serious, but it's just like, why couldn't you send the content right then and there? She even admitted she didn't feel like it. Okay, I didn't like that shit. Now what? I didn't like it. That shit is weird. And I ain't gonna lie, I even said more than that. How Loki said, like, that shit was weird as fuck. I didn't like that. It is weird as fuck. Like, bitch, and mind you, I'm standing in her fucking face. Okay, so it's not like she bucked up and I bucked right back. Cause it's just like, bitch, you've been snapping at me all these past few days and I have been letting you slide because I know that you're going through a lot, but you're not gonna keep disrespecting me because you're going through a lot. Bitch, I'm going through a lot too. We all going through a lot. Shit, and I don't disrespect nobody because I'm going through a lot. So then boom, her and her sister started to get into it. And they're doing all of this in front of her daughter, screaming, yelling. I'm minding my fucking business because I don't really know the sister like that. I don't know what they arguing about. I'm minding my fucking business. But mind you, I had to go to the studio. I fly to Detroit to go to the studio because I feel more comfortable paying the prices in Detroit. They try to charge me an arm and a leg out here in Florida and I'm not going for it. I'm not paying a $300 fine to just record music when I could go to Detroit and pay $100 and they do everything in 2 hours. I'm not paying $300 for 2 hours to do anything. Like, no. So when I'm out in the city, I need to be places at a certain time. And Frankie said she could take me to the studio. But because her and her sister are arguing, having a screaming match because the sister don't want to watch that damn baby, now I'm being inconvenienced because of y'all. So the sister asked to go back to her house because she didn't want to stay over there with Frankie no more. She's like, I'm ready to go home. As she's taking her home, she comes to the back seat, grabs her stuff, she waves at the baby, but then her and Frankie are still arguing. And Frankie basically says, bitch, you didn't have to treat my baby no type of way because you had an attitude. And I'm just watching. Because at this point, I'm already irritated. Frankie had already been irritating me for the past few days. And it's just too much going on. We're now 2 hours late for my scheduled studio time. And not everybody is lenient about studio time. If you know that studio time is your time. If you show up 2 hours late, they could cancel your shit. Luckily, my producer is like, we cool on a certain level because he didn't really mind it for real. But he was still sitting in the studio 2 hours. Over 2 hours waiting on me to get there. And I felt really bad for that. So I'm not indulging or engaging in their argument. But the sister comes back up to the car and she's like, oh, what did you say? And Frankie's like, oh, Fee, close the door. Close the door. I didn't close the fucking door. Y'all arguing. I ain't gonna close the door in her fucking face like now I'm about to be into the argument too. Nah, fuck on. So Frankie ends up just pulling off on her. Boom. We get to the studio, whatever. I believe I had gave her gas and she goes back home. After I had recorded my stuff or whatever, all I know is you could tell that Frankie, like, visibly she was down. So it's just like her energy was off altogether. Boom. Now my birthday's coming around. So I fly back to Florida. I have some time to think. But I get a call, not from KK, but from her sister. KK called me, but her sister said she wanted to tell me something. KK's sister basically told me everything that Frankie had been saying about me throughout the entire duration of me being over at her house. About how she was irritated. She was ready for me to go. I act like a kid. Mind you, I was 20. So I don't know how a 20-year-old is supposed to act. But I wouldn't say I act like a kid where I be goo goo gaga. I would say I act like a kid more like I'm a loud ass bitch. And I really don't give a fuck. I am a loud bubbly ass bitch. But mind you, you're a Debbie Downer ass bitch. You're over here making the mood and the vibes bad, bitch. I don't know what the fuck you want me to do, bitch. I don't want to be on the same type of energy that you on, bitch. You're actually draining the fucking energy. But you telling everybody that, but you still are in my face, still have me at your house. At any given moment, if she wanted me to leave, she could have said, hey, you're making me uncomfortable. I need to leave my house. And I wouldn't have been upset. I would have been upset. It's your house. She never said that. And then she was saying, I guess, whatever little rapper nigga that she was fucking with, I was giving groupie vibes. So that's what I'm saying. The shit that KK's sister is telling me, I know I know that she said because it's shit that I didn't even tell KK. Shit that we never, like, me and KK didn't discuss. I don't know how I was giving groupie vibes. Really, I don't give a fuck. I'm a bitch that's gonna speak up. So I said what the fuck I said, but mind you, she didn't speak up and say shit to me. That's the main issue. She didn't speak up and say anything to me, which was low-key irritating me because it's like, okay, you're saying all this to KK's sister, but I was still in your house, I was still in your face, and then boom. After I leave Frankie's house, I get to the airport and stuff, Claudine makes her own little vlog of us getting ready, of us getting our hair done and stuff like that.
Hey y'all, come with me to get ready for our Monster High photo shoot. Y'all see this head of mine? Yeah, it gotta go. Me and a friend appointment was at the same time, so I picked her up along the way. The shop was really cute when we walked in. I was excited to get my hair did. There was one person in front of us, so while we wait, I did wash my friend's hair because I am a stylist as well. And here's my wig, y'all. This is like my 3rd time installing this wig. I would never throw this wig out. I did have to wash it though because it had leftover glue on the lace. As I was doing that, my friend was getting her hair did. Look how cute it turned out. I was next after her, so here I am sitting in the chair. And my girl Candy is eating down. If y'all from Detroit, Michigan, go book with her. And y'all, look how good I look. I told y'all I'm never throwing this wig out.
Like that. Mind you, Frankie had an attitude majority of the time that we were recording. Claudine didn't get too much content of Frankie. So she posted the parts that had me, and she posted the parts that had her. Texted us on some like, oh, that's cute. Y'all cute or whatever. Like on some salty type shit, but it's also like, okay, you have bad energy. You were being rude. You didn't really want to take videos with us. You didn't want to send us the videos. So it's like, and then also Claudine and Frankie don't really know each other. They weren't really friends. They only knew each other because of me. So it's not like she had to put you in the content, but you also weren't very inviting. So that turned into a whole argument. It turned into an argument because she started moving weird. She removed herself from the group chat. She said what she said, and it was like, all right, now I'm done talking. Like basically she like tried to like dismiss us. She said some shit along the lines of, nah, y'all was just being weird, but like whatever. Y'all cute though. And then leaves the group chat. So I had told her about how she was rude, about how I heard her saying stuff as I was walking out the door, about just little shady shit that she was doing the entire time. Even the situation in the bathroom where she bucked up at me and I bucked back at her, and I told her that if she would have been anybody else, I would have put my hands on her. That was not me saying like I would just like, you know, but at the same time, I'm saying that I gave you grace in situations where I would not have gave any other people grace. Remember about how the content creator girl had posted her little nigga or her little rapper dude she was fucking with? The content creator girl randomly unfollows me and removes me as a follower. I don't give a fuck. I never knew her. I didn't know her personally. She was never my friend. But my whole thing is, Frankie acted like she had a problem with the girl posting that shit because she said it was weird. And I agreed with her. That is weird. She had a problem with the girl coming around, getting her makeup done for free, and she's not really putting her on. She said that the girl never tagged her in any posts when they do be around each other. She feels like the girl is a user. And because I was Frankie's friend, I agreed and I put my 2 cents in. I did put my 2 cents in. I don't give a fuck. But now her friend unfollowed me. Didi unfollowed me. Removed me as a follower. That was the 2nd or 3rd, 5th, 8th, 9th strike with Frankie. That was the 10th strike with Frankie. That was the 10th strike with Frankie. So I'm like, nah. I had unshared location with Frankie and removed her off of my location. I didn't unfollow her. I didn't say anything to her. And then I flew back in town for my birthday. Got cute. I was with KK. And then I get a text from Frankie's sister basically saying, oh, she thought I was a real ass bitch. How am I treating her sister like that? I didn't address how I felt. I didn't do this. She feels like I'm a weird ass, messy ass bitch because I should have spoke up when she said, oh, you didn't say bye to my baby before you left the car. And I should have told her like, nah, she did say something, which I could have. But honestly, it was too much going the fuck on. It was too much going on. I wasn't fucking with the energy. The vibes was weird. It was just a lot of weird shit. But mind you, she's coming to text me and Frankie ain't never said shit to me. Why is she texting me on behalf of a grown-ass lady? Then she's going to involve in a message. You know her birthday's coming up. She want to do something with you for her birthday. She wanted to come to Miami. If I probably would have even been as upset if Frankie would have texted me. Why the fuck is this grown-ass bitch that I don't barely even know texting me on behalf of another grown-ass bitch?
Clock that T. Clock that T.
Then she goes to say, oh, and you're all over there in KK's face, and Frankie told you that KK be talking shit about you. And I just feel like if you feel a way about Frankie talking about you, you should feel a way with KK too. Frankie ain't never told me KK said nothing about me because everything would have been addressed right then and there. I'm not confrontational, but everything would have been addressed what Frankie has said. KK said this about you. So-and-so said this about you. If Frankie would have came to me and said anything, we could have discussed anything. Frankie didn't come to me to say shit. because Frankie's low-key weird. I'm starting to peep. Frankie's a little bit weird. So with that being said, now it's around Cleo's birthday. I wasn't in town for Cleo's birthday. I was still in Florida. I still posted her. I was still supportive of Cleo, but I was noticing Cleo started acting a little strange with me too. So basically, Cleo was supposed to come to my little open mic performance or whatever. She cancels the day before the open mic. She said something was going on. She wouldn't be able to make it. I told her I hope everything gets better. Boom. She also says that she was going to come to my birthday dinner. I had invited everybody to my birthday dinner. We have been talking about it for the past month. I picked out the place. The reservation, basically I had to put a deposit for each person. Not each person, but I get charged $50 for each head that doesn't show up that I put down for my reservation. Anybody that put for my reservation that doesn't show up, I get charged for each head that doesn't show up. And she knows that because she told me that she had a birthday there prior. I told her what time that it was going to be. I sent her the information. I told her about it. And then the day before my birthday, she's not answering. I call her on my birthday. She texted me happy birthday, just sent me a little text, but she didn't really say much. As I call her, she didn't answer. So my reservation was at 6. I ended up having to push it back a little bit because I was late my damn self, but it's now 8 o'clock. I text her and I said, hey, you could have just told me that you couldn't come. She then texts me back, snapping at me. I don't have to tell you shit. I didn't have to tell you shit. Bitch, you're too entitled. Number one, why are you snapping at me as if I did something to you? Number two, she's saying that I'm too entitled. Why? Because I told you that you could have just told me that you couldn't come. Because now it's 2 hours behind scheduled time. I don't know if you're on the way. I called you, you didn't answer, and then you're telling me about how I'm too entitled. Because of what? Because I told you you could have just let me know that you weren't going to come? Duh, I feel away because you knew that I was getting charged for every head. She said that I could have just went about it differently, and I could have texted her saying, hey, is everything okay? What's going on? Which I could have, but she had already declined my call. She had already canceled on prior plans that she said that she was going to show up to. And then now, I said, fuck that. I unfollowed her and I removed her. So then her and Frankie are now both making posts about me on social media. And Frankie was basically like, oh, a bitch will be laying in your bed and not like you. A bitch will be in your house and not like you. I never disliked Frankie. I just noticed that Frankie was fake and Frankie low-key was problematic. I had to get the fuck out of Frankie's face because Frankie, if you felt like I was a groupie, you felt like I act like a little kid, if you felt like I was childish, if you felt any way about me, you should have addressed it. You should have said how you felt, but you didn't say anything, and you talk shit about me to people that you know that I be around and you know that I be with them like they weren't gonna come back and tell me. Okay, boom. Back to Cleo. Cleo's issue was she wanted me to, I guess, have more concern about her, which I wouldn't say I wasn't concerned. It's just more about a respect thing. You could have just said, hey, Fee, I couldn't make it. And I would have understood that because I had other homegirls who canceled. That's fine. But the fact that you didn't say anything and I had a spot for you and I was charged because you didn't show up and you just weren't going to say anything. You declined my call. You went ghost. You went MIA. But now because you have problems in your life, I should have checked in on you. I called you. And when I told her, like, hey, I called you, she said, you only called me one time. So you acknowledge that I did call you, but I didn't call more than once, so it wasn't enough? Okay. And then she goes to say that she wasn't liking me. Because I checked the both of them about what they were posting. Because if y'all were actually my friends, it wouldn't have been a post on social media. You would have just came and texted me and said what you had to say. So I had ended up texting the both of them and telling them how I felt. And Cleo damn near went AWOL. Frankie, she didn't say anything. Frankie was just like, shit, bitch, you put 2 and 2 together and you got 4. Great. So you just proved to me that you are a weirdo, and that's okay. You don't have to like me, I don't have to like you. Cool. Keep it pushing. But Cleo, on the other hand, she told me that I'm entitled, and she knew that I was weird from the first day she met me, because when we went to my friend's little get-together, I left and I didn't even tell anybody that I was leaving. Number one, she pulled up to a little get-together I was at. I was in the hood. I was somewhere in the hood with my peoples. And I randomly just found these girls and started shaking ass with them. I don't know them from anywhere. I just be like, look, I be lit. I be seeing bitches shaking ass. I'm like, fuck, let me come shake ass with y'all. Shaking ass with them and shit. Not even knowing who these girls was. After I had went to go say bye to my peoples that I knew, but I didn't go back to go say bye to them girls I was shaking ass with. But my thing was, okay, if you feel like I was weird for that, that should have been the time that you cut me off. Right? But you didn't. Then she said that I left a mess in her car. I had ketchup all over the place. Okay. If you felt like I left a mess in your car, why are you telling me I left a mess in your car? As we're in an argument. Not when I left the mess in your car. Because let me tell you something. If I leave something behind, my mama would be like, hey, you left such and such in the bathroom, go clean that up. Cool. If I would have left a mess, something behind at my sister's house, she would have said, hey, there's a little bit of something in the bathroom. There's a little bit of something in the front hallway. Could you go and pick that up? You never said shit about it. You never said nothing about no mess. But honestly, like I said to her, bitch, the car was already a little bit filthy. So I didn't feel like me leaving a little bit of trinkets here and there, a little bit of trash for the road would have hurt. Cause now, bitch, I feel like you're trying to be shady and you're throwing shots. So, bitch, let's just throw the shots, you know? So, boom. After that, that's when she's damn near trying to, like, pick Frankie's side. But mind you, she doesn't really know Frankie like that. And I just feel like she said, she just didn't like me. She had an issue with me. She didn't really fuck with me. And she said that it was a creative tool for her. This is what she said in the messages. It was a stepping stool for her. It was an opportunity for her to do content. And that's what she came to do. She was never my friend. She never liked me. So now all of this shit is coming out after the photo shoot. After the content. After I unfollowed her and moved her as a follower. Because instead of just saying, hey, I don't like you, I don't want to be your friend, you waited until you told me that you were going to come to the plans, you were going to come to the dinner, just not to show up to the open mic, not to show up to the dinner and just go ghost at MIA. And because I said to you, you could have just told me that you couldn't come, that made you burst. That just made her explode. Great, I'm happy that you're saying everything that you've been meaning to say. So then she goes to call me a punk ass bitch. She don't know why the fuck I'm texting her. This is that and the third. I told her, you don't got too many more times to call me a punk ass bitch, because bitch, what I'm not is no punk ass bitch. And I could show you better than I could tell you. Long story short. She said everything doesn't have to result to fighting. It doesn't always have to be like that. Bitch, yes it does. When you're coming out of your neck though. The only reason why I didn't step to Frankie like that is because Frankie said her ones and twos and left it at that. This bitch Cleo making it extra. I didn't like you. I was never your friend. This punk ass bitch. Incompetent. Bitch, I'm very, very far from incompetent. I'm very far from incompetent. But it didn't matter when you wanted to be in the content. It didn't matter when you wanted to do the photo shoot. It didn't matter when we were hanging out. But as soon as I unfollowed you and removed you as a follower, your true colors showed. Because that was the issue for her. The issue was that I removed myself. That was the issue. Then she also told me she didn't care if I made a story time about her. She actually told me I should make a story time about her. She said she doesn't give a fuck what I post. Because my issue was what she was posting. She was posting as if sometimes, this is her, sometimes you're just a stepping stool in people's life. Just to boost them and boost their career. It was never like I was using her for a stepping stool. No tea, no shade. She isn't nobody to use. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be rude. It's not like she has any pull. Not to be disrespectful. Frankie had more pull than her, and I wasn't using her. I thought, like how I originally said in the beginning, they were pretty girls. They were cute. I'm like, shit, I never did a Halloween photo shoot. This girl's pretty. This girl's pretty. Let's do a Halloween photo shoot. Not, let me use them for content. That wasn't my initial thought. But it's this punk ass bitch keep coming out her mouth. So I said, bitch, where you at? Because fuck all that, bitch, where you at? Oh, I got my lashes and nails done. I'm not going to be out there fighting with you. Okay, so bitch, leave all that punk ass out. Like, fuck. Then she goes to say a whole bunch of more extra ass shit as if, like, I guess the whole friend group is fake and we were judging her about her car. None of my friends ever talked about her car. None of my friends ever talked about her. She didn't try to say that I didn't care about her having a car accident. I knew she had a car accident. I wasn't saying for her to drive to the open mic. I was saying because she get herself to my homegirl's house so that way we wouldn't have to Uber to her house, Uber to the next person's house. You know, it was a lot that was going on. but she just forfeited and backed out of the plans altogether. So it's just like, I felt like she was picking an issue with the situation. And yeah, so I told her when I see her, I was gonna beat her ass. I haven't been back to the city. I haven't been back to Detroit in a little minute. Not because of nothing. I gotta work. I gotta get money. So right now, I'm not really focusing on these weird ass little bitches. Plus, I got other bitches that I've been beating up and shit. But it's just like, I'm debating if I really should still do that to her when I see her. Because I got her address. She gave it to me. But it's like, I might. But okay, back to Frankie. So now, Frankie is taking off. And I'm not a hater ass bitch. Congratulations. Like, congratulations. I'm so happy that your content is going up. I'm so happy that you're finally starting to get the recognition that you feel like you deserve. Congratulations to you. More power to you. But now I see that Frankie and Cleo are the best of friends. And here's my honest take on it. Cleo is an opportunist. The same way she told me she was never my friend. She never liked me. It was a business move for her. That's why I feel like she's kicking it with Frankie, because it's a business move. She sees that Frankie has clout. Frankie has shit going on. So now she's moving and working her way around to get her face out there so people can listen to them little songs that she got so people listen to them little songs that she got because, you know, she's an artist. So that's why I feel like her and Cleo are like this. But mind you, when me and Frankie first had fell out, Cleo was slick putting her 2 cents in. Am I gonna say that the bitch was talking shit? No. But she wasn't not talking shit. She was saying, she agreed with me. She agreed that Frankie was stealing my content. She agreed that Frankie was low-key weird and that she had something going on. That's what she would say. She said that me and Frankie didn't know each other too well, and she felt like Frankie doesn't really have to like me, but she also felt like she stole my content. And she said that she never was posting as much until she seen me posting. She said before Frankie seen that my content was taking off, that Frankie wasn't posting as much. And this is the words of Cleo. Cleo says she feels like she's always been in competition with me. These are the words of Cleo. But now now Frankie and Cleo are hanging out as if Cleo wasn't just putting her 2 cents in. Then she tried to say that I was being shady towards my friends. Number one, I'm not a shady bitch. All of my friends know exactly how I feel. Like, I'm the type of bitch where I will say whatever the fuck I gotta say to my friends, just in case it does come back and they're like, oh, I said this, I said that. I can tell you exactly what the fuck I said. I never was talking shit about my friends. I feel like talking shit is talking about their living situation, talking about their hair, talking about if they have a foul odor. Talking shit is actually disrespecting your friends. I never disrespected them. There was a time, I'm saying hypothetically, if there was a time that me and KK had an issue, KK addressed it, KK said how she felt. KK can also talk about it with whoever she wants to talk about it with, because we had open communication and we resolved our issues. There was a time where I might have made KK feel away, and KK's like, damn, you made me feel some type of way. I didn't like that. We moved past it. Vice versa. Same thing with Claudine. Shit. Claudine, you made me feel away. You hurt my feelings. I felt this way. I felt that way. And Claudine was like, damn, I didn't know that I felt that way, or I didn't know that I made you feel that way. I didn't know that I hurt your feelings, and we moved past it and we addressed it. Now, if KK and Claudine want to go to BCDFG and go and talk to BCDFG about what we talked about, I'm not going to say that it's them talking shit or being messy. I don't really care that much. It's about what they say, how they go about it. So now Frankie trying to make it seem like we're all talking shit about each other, which I wouldn't believe that KK was talking shit about me, only because Frankie didn't come to me to tell me that. Frankie never said that shit to me. She said it to other people. She never said it to me. I wouldn't believe anything from Cleo's mouth because Cleo is a fucking opportunist. So I don't know. But mind you, so now Frankie doesn't know that one of our peoples is close with her, and they be telling us everything that comes out of her mouth and everything that she be saying. Mind you, I did go back and tell KK that Frankie said that her brother made her feel uncomfortable and she felt like he was trying to borderline SA her without SAing her. And the brother asked her about it. Why did you say X, Y, and Z? And Frankie says that I'm a liar. Don't believe that bitch. She never said that. God could strike me down. I would have nothing to lie about. I would have nothing to lie about. Frankie did say that. Frankie said that. Why would I lie? But now it's like the fact that you would lie about something like that. Now I don't know if you're accountable for anything. I don't know if you're telling the truth about anything, bitch. Is that like, who are you? So then Frankie is now telling people that when we were in the bathroom, she pressed me and I walked out the bathroom. I was humiliated. And then Cleo came back in the bathroom to come and check me after she left. or no, Frankie said that like basically Frankie's telling people that she shut me up in the bathroom. She had me on hush. I didn't say anything to her. And then Cleo came back upstairs to come and check me to tell me about myself. Cleo never said shit. Cleo came back up there to come and be messy right along with us. Cleo was in the bathroom, ears wide open, like, ooh, yep, she down there pouting. Yeah. So while y'all over trying to switch the narrative and change the story, bitch, why are you lying? Like, if you was to press me, bitch, we would have fought. And I told her this. I actually told her this. Like, I told her if I wasn't her friend, the way that she was talking to me, we would have handled that. I told her I would have fought you. And I literally have messages, screenshots. I have everything. I was literally telling her, if I didn't have love for you the way that you tried me that fucking day, and you was somebody out on the motherfucking street, I would have did something to you. But because you were my friend, I didn't want it to go like that. That's not how you talk to your friends. We've had this discussion. I even apologized to her for coming to her house late. And I thanked her for letting me stay at her house because she didn't have to. But the whole time you're talking about me to this person, talking about me to that person, talking about me to this person. Bitch, were you ever my friend? And I feel like everybody in that situation was using me because at that time, I had a little emotion. So what I will conclude with this story is I'm tired of allowing people to come in my life and try to destiny swap with me and try to take my persona, regardless if you want to admit it or not. Bitch even started using my mannerisms. Like, I could literally tell when a bitch is acting like me. And she tried to say that I was so far up Claudine's ass for the rest of the time. No, I wasn't. Me and Claudine have been friends since elementary school. I've been knowing Claudine. Of course, me and her are going to have more in common. And you were having a nasty attitude, so you made me feel uncomfortable throughout my time. And that was my first time meeting you. So it's like, you didn't really make me feel like, you know, and then it was a lot of drama. Too much drama. And then she's saying that she's 3 years my senior, 4 years my senior. I need to respect her. How am I respecting you if I'm coming out of pocket and I'm the guest at your house? I don't want to talk about her parenting. I'm not going to do that. But, you know, a lot of things that I witnessed is not like... And then I'm not even mad at her. I'm not that mad at Frankie. I'm more mad at Cleo because she had a hidden agenda. Frankie probably was just being herself. At least I know the real Frankie. Cleo had a hidden agenda. And Cleo was very, very weird. But moving forward, I would love to do more content, but it's like, this is why I'm scared to be around people, because you never know people's true intentions. You don't know what people are really after. You don't fucking know. So I just wish all of the shit that she's telling everybody, she pressed me in the bathroom. She's telling them, oh, if she does get her ass beat, me, Claudine, and KK better duck. It's the fact that you're saying if you get your ass beat, bitch. It's not an if. You know. But it's like, you're not saying anything to me. You're saying stuff to everybody but me. Then to make things worse, randomly a month after that, everything died down. Nobody was talking about it. We all moved on with our lives. She's starting to look better, so hopefully she's doing better in life. And she posts this hair, she gets her hair done, and the caption on the post is, this hairstylist is so much better than the last. This hairstylist is so much better than the last. Her last hairstylist was KK. So you're now being shady. So KK basically, I think, commented something along the lines of, like, you didn't have to be shady. You could have been direct. And she starts talking about KK's body. She starts talking about KK's appearance. She's basically picking at KK. Mind you, I done texted this girl, sent her voice messages. She didn't have the energy with me. But she got the energy, all the energy in the world for KK. And then it's going to text KK's brother telling him to get his sister. It's weird. Then, fuck all of that. I still didn't say anything. I joined Frankie's live. As soon as she sees my tag on there, she blocks me. And then, to make things fucking worse, now, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna call her. She blocks my number. I called her for text now, too. I said, hello. I hear, like, car noises in the background. I know it's her. I said, yeah, bitch, when I get back to the city, I'm beating your ass. And she hung up in my face and blocked me. Okay. So stop telling bitches that you pressed me. Stop telling bitches all these made up delusional ass stories that you make in your motherfucking head, bitch. Knowing damn well you didn't do shit. You didn't say nothing. You walked out of the bathroom mad as fuck. And we were still cool that night and we still was sleeping in the same bed. It's weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't put up a front. It could have been whatever you want it to be. But now bitches talking gunplay? Now bitches talking gunplay. Just say you don't want to fight. Now bitches talking gunplay. But really didn't say nothing to me. So that's why I ain't tripping off Frankie. Frankie's something just not there. Like her screws a little bit loose, but so are mine. So let's tighten the bolts. Because mine are damn near off. So yeah. I just been seeing too much, hearing too much. And I just feel like let's just address the issue. Let's address the elephant in the room. You know? Okay, but that's off my story time. Thank you for catching up.